Hey guys, how are you today? There's so many of you here. That's not good enough. How are you today? Yes. How many of you here want to create something, whether it's a book, a video, a painting? How many of you are afraid that it's going to be bad? How many of you have let that fear of it being bad stop you from creating? Okay, quite a few. Don't be afraid to suck. That's the one piece of advice that I've gotten in my time as a filmmaker and creating that has made me more prolific than I have ever been. You know, we can get so discouraged before we even start creating something, thinking like, what if it's not good? What if it's terrible? Like, why should I even bother with this, right? You look particularly like you vibe with this. Like, what are you afraid of? Is it judgment? Is it failure? You know that everything you create can just be yours, right? Like, you don't have to show anyone this. And I have some great news for you. For the most part, everything we make is going to be kind of mediocre. Being terrible and being amazing are just two extremes that our content is only going to sometimes fall into. It's a process, and it's one that we should embrace because we can only learn how to get better by repetition and trial and error and creating a massive amount of quantity that has a focus on quality. You know, and you can't be creative and analytical at the same time. Like, studies have shown us that there are two different sides of the brain that you have to activate. So giving yourself permission to suck is the best thing that you can do to hinder or to unhinder or uninhibit your creativity. Because when we're worried about what we're creating as we're creating it, it completely ruins the process. You guys know what improv is, right? It's like when a group of people go on stage and they completely make up a performance as they go along. There's a really great exercise called bad improv. And it's basically a warm-up exercise where you try to be the worst improviser in the world. So if there's like a mom and daughter scene going on where the mom's grounding the daughter, you could literally run in and be like, I'm a fucking ghost! And you would be winning at bad improv. It is so freeing, and it is so fun to suck and to try to suck. Like, challenge yourself. If you're a writer, try to write the worst thing that you can. If you're an actor, just act really badly in a project that's just for you. So often we get caught up in these ideas, you know, of I have to be good, I have to be great, and we forget that it's all about the journey to get there. Last year, I made 6 short films. I challenged myself, and I made 6, and I realized I'm a bad writer. I'm not that good. And you can only really learn that by making stuff and looking back at it and analyzing where you can improve. And so now I realize, like, okay, while I work on that for myself, I can hire people who I think are much better than me and who probably devote their lives to writing versus filmmaking and make that a collaborative process. Let's just edit this out. I do want to make one more point. I know some of you aren't like this. Some of you are what we call precious, right? You probably have an idea that you think is perfect, that you've been sitting on, and you're not going to release it till you're like 35, right? Everyone has like that little golden egg that you're like, if I can just make it perfect, I'll be good. But just do it. Just make it. Watch that Shia LaBeouf green screen video, right? Like, just do it. Because you never know what you're going to create until it actually comes out of your head and either onto the paper or on the screen. And there are so many ideas that we have. We are idea generators. There are limitless ideas in our heads. And you can never reach those other ideas if you keep holding on to one. So let yourself create. Let your creation suck. Because that's just the first step. I'm Akana. Thank you.